that to your mother. She'd probably love it. So would your dad. Anyway. You're gonna share it to both? I love Portland. Anyway. Yes.
Okay, my question is, if you can be another character in a series or film franchise.
I want a Torchwood movie, that's what I want. So another character in another franchise, other than two of the biggest franchises that I've been involved in?
Yes, but Jack and Malcolm do not count.
Did you hear the force she said that with in her voice? I love her.
I love you too.
Thank you. Slightly turned me on. Let me see. Any other oh, I gotta be honest. It's one of my favorites, and it has been since I was a kid, because my friend who's here, Ross, where's Ross? Ross, where are you, Ross Fonkoff? Where are you, Ross? Ross, come over here. Come here, I'm gonna embarrass him now. Ross is from Portland. But originally, Ross, can you just, Ross, give me your hand. Ross was part of that crew that I hung out with in Pressbury when I was a kid. It was tackle football. Well, I thought it was touch. See, I've never changed. Ross, we've known each other since 8 years old, 9 years old. I was 8, 9, you're... Yeah, and this is the person, when I came over from Scotland, I didn't know anything about superheroes or comic books. This is the person who's to blame. And it was a Thursday, wasn't it? We used to go every Thursday. Where would we go?
It was a drugstore.
Down by the A&P. We used to go and buy the comic books off of, can you still hear me? Yeah. We used to go and buy the comic books off of the spinning rack. Yeah? And we would always, you know, you get down there and you try to get there right as they were being put out so you could get the good numbers.
Right.
See? And that was it.
And the back were bent, so you didn't want those.
Oh, I love the bent ones. It's a story of my life. But the thing was, when we used to play with our Mego action figures down in the basement, it was in your basement, and I never wanted to be Thor. No, because Thor always looked like Cheryl Ladd with the doll. Because it was the same Mego doll that they eventually made into Cheryl Ladd. She was just Thor without a hammer and with white culottes on. But you see how much you sweat when you're up here? It's not bad, is it? Where's everybody else in the family? I'm stand up and introduce them.
Okay. Stand up. There's my wife Billy and my son Grant.
So I used to always want to be Captain America. And I think that's from being a little boy who moved from another country and came to kind of be was taught about the American dream. And you know, I'm in my world, I'm living the American dream every day, but that was Captain America who I wanted to be. And the person that you should applaud is Ross, because I'm a geek because of him. And he also plays a mean saxophone. Do you still play it? Oh, you don't play it anymore? No, he played the saxophone, total boy. I played the flute, total other. Don't hurt yourself. We're of a certain age now, Ross. We can't jump around anymore. Billy's like, you can. So's my Scott. He's like, jump around. I'm like, no, you bounce. Anyway. Into the pool. Is that okay, Captain America?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, sit down.
Thank you, John.
Look at her. Yeah, that's good. Sit down. Oliver, booby queen. Yes.
Hi, my name is Genesis. And
Hi, Genesis.
you know the Bang, Marry, Kill game?
Oh, God. Why do you people do this to me? Go on. Who have I got to choose from? Go on.
The 9th Doctor, the 10th Doctor, and the 11th Doctor.
All right, you asked the question. And now you want to know, right? Bang, marry, and kill. Bitch. How old are you?
15.
Oh, sorry. Female dog. Did your parents put you up to this? No. I can't answer a bang, marry, kill question to a 15-year-old. Mind you, we are in Portland, aren't we? Much more liberal here than anywhere else in the country, thank God. Okay, so 9, 10, 11, right?
Yeah.
Right off the bat, sorry, I'm just gonna say, because he's new, I would kill 11. No reflection on him at all as a doctor, but I would kill 11, okay? Because I don't really know Peter. I mean, I know him, he was in Torchwood, but I don't know... No! Oh, Matt's 11, sorry. All right, I got confused. Sorry, it's been a long day. So we're talking between Chris, David, and Matt. Thank you for putting me straight. I am never gonna live that. All right, so 11, Matt, I love you, you're tall and slim, but you're dead. Again, it's not a reflection. I was not part of that doctor's world, so he dies. Who would I marry? Wait! My question, my answer. I'd bang 9 because I'd let him see what he was missing. And then I'd marry David, number 10, because his nickname is 10-inch. And that's only the size of his feet. Thank you, 15-year-old, sit down. And for those of you who screamed at me, I'd still kill Capaldi. Anyway. I can't wait to see my Twitter feed. Yes. Yes, dear.
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, my name is Wendy, and my question is for one of my friends who could not be here today, but she's a huge, huge fan of you.
Thank you.
So,
You're a very
am I.
kind friend to give up your question time for someone who's not here.
But my question is, if you could give a message to her, me, all the fangirls who are here or who really want to be here, what would you tell them? And please reply in a Scottish accent.
Save your frickin' allowance and buy a ticket. Scottish are a little harsher, you know what I'm saying? No, I'd say thank you for all the support. Call me when you're 21. If you're lucky. Yes. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes.
Hello.
Hello, doctor.
I don't know if you knew me, but I was the one that was staring at you in the other room while you're saying autographs and underneath the table. Pretty exciting.
Say that again, but in English.
Sorry, I'm a bit nervous, but
Okay.
my statement / question is that I absolutely love everything you do. I love the amount of passion that you put into all of it. I just want to know why you decided on theater and acting, and why you decided to put passion into that versus a different job field.
Because it's all I really wanted to do. It's all I've ever known that I wanted to do. And there was only one time when I had a different kind of inkling to do something, and that was to be a pilot. But then I realized I just liked the man in the uniform, so that was a good waste. That was when I knew I was gay. I'm like, oh, he's hot. He's got a uniform on. Fetish, what's going on here? Let's go play touch football with Ross and the gang. Tackle me. I've got the ball. I've got. Neighbors used to drive by. What the hell is going on in that pot of ground right there? Oh, it's that Barrowman boy.
Good old-fashioned field sex.
Yes. It's all I've ever wanted to do. That's why I'm passionate about it. That's why I love talking about it. I'm not one of those actors who is angsty, who's cranky, who's crabby, who doesn't appreciate the people that have put me where I am. I'm not one of those people who doesn't want to watch myself in television. I love watching myself on TV. Because that little 9-year-old boy, that, you know, actually it was 4th grade, Ross, because that 4th grader who came over, that's all I've ever wanted to do. So if I'm doing it, I'm gonna watch it. And if you're at my house and that show comes on, you're gonna sit your ass down and watch it with me. And I'm gonna go, look what I'm doing. I love her. And I do. I live tweet while I'm watching shows that I'm on. I do. And I share it with everybody because I love it. So that's why I'm passionate about it, because I'm fortunate that I've been put in a position where I actually love what I do. So that's really it. And you're coming over here. I have to show you something, doctor. He's running. How old are you? 21. Come show everybody what He's like, I'm good now. Thank you. Appreciate it, doctor. You're very welcome. Pounding out of his chest. Oh, it's that! It's the snake! I thought you had that somewhere else, doctor. Thank you. You're welcome. It's made your entire life. I'm sure there's going to be other bigger moments in your life, but not as big as me. Be careful going down. Stop it! Bye. Oh, he's running with a little lips in his stomach. Yes.
My name is Hudson. And
Hi, Hudson.
Hi. out of all the TV shows you've been in, if you had to choose one to stay in, which one would it be and why?
No! Why do you guys like putting me on the spot like that?
Because we love you!
I know, well, let me ask me a different question!
No!
If I had to choose one show that I've been on that I would want to be on for the rest of time?
Yes!
What? Don't answer for me! I can't say certain things because I'm on one show now and I don't want anything to happen! I don't know! That's not a fair question!
Yes, it is!
No, it's not!
Yes, it is!
Who's your favorite, your mom or your dad? I feel when you ask me that question. Do you get it?
Yes? Still answer!
I seriously can't! Because I can't put that favorite on one or the other! Because I love being the bad guy! I love Stephen Amell! Did I just say that out loud? And I love Captain Jack Harkness! They've done it. Maybe put a combination of the two together and they amalgamate. Oh, shut up, it's my show, I can answer the way I want to. I can't answer that. Okay? Ask another question, and if it's a bad one, I'm gonna kick you in the hookie.
Kick you back!
I love sparring with a pussy. She's a cat! So what's the other question? She doesn't have another one. I love you. That was the only one. What?
I'm her mother, and I think she should get a pup.
If you're her mother, why are you setting your daughter up to ask questions like that? Come here, quick, quick. Don't trip. Whatever she says, she's lying. Yes. Hello. No, don't tell people. If you tell people what I said, I will come and I will skin you, cat. And I'm an animal lover. Yes.
Hi, my name's Casey, and I'm curious. When you do karaoke, what's your go-to song?
I'm a rhinestone cowboy. It fell on. I forgot the words. Because I was gonna sing the rude words, and then I had to stop myself. Yeah, Rhinestone Cowboy is my go-to song because it's one of my husband Scott's favorite songs, and I usually, when I get up and sing it, he'll get up with me. However, we were in a karaoke place in San Francisco, and what? San Francisco, one person. Woo! We were in San Francisco. We went to a karaoke bar with a bunch of friends, and when we go to karaoke, we go to have a good time, right? And have a laugh. They take it very seriously in San Francisco. And four guys getting up and pretending they're all Liza Minnelli singing New York, New York does not go down well. You would think it would in San Francisco. Not in this karaoke bar. After we were done with it, we'd sung about 4 or 5 songs. The manager actually came up and said, guys, excuse me, I've been asked to ask you to leave. Like, I've never been asked to leave singing before, ever. Do you know who I am? And he went, no, don't care, but everybody else wants you to go. Okay, fine. And we're walking out, I'm like, this karaoke place sucks! They were all, this was a regular group of people that met once a week here to seriously sing their songs at a karaoke, and they didn't like us coming in and having fun. So, I know. I left my heart in San Francisco. Piss off. Anyway, Rhinestone Cowboy is my go-to song. Yeah. What's yours?
Build Me Up Buttercup.
Sing it.
I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart.
You're the kind of karaoke singer I like. No rhythm.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, Jack. I'm
Hi.
Hannah. Hi.
How are ya?
I'm okay. Sorry.
You're kind of squeeing right now.
Sorry.
That's okay, that's good. I'm used to it, and I love when people squee.
Sorry. I have anxiety with big crowds, so I'm like trying to keep breathing.
And you know what? Good for you for being able to come out and don't applaud everybody. No, because if she's got anxiety, it might make her feel bad. Yeah, don't worry, but good for you for being able to come out and face it, because there's so many people that have had the courage to do it, and that is awesome. Great, so question.
Okay, so my question kind of goes along with, because I see you on the stage and you're so confident with who you are and being on the stage, and I have horrible stage fright, I have anxiety, and I wondered, like, how are you so confident all the time?
I'm not always. I hate performing in front of small groups of people. Seriously. My mom and dad will ask me, when I was younger, they'd ask me to get up in like at dinner parties and sing, and I would be mortified. I would be horrified. It's just different strokes for different folks. I mean, no, that wasn't meant that way. But I still, I just know how to channel my nervousness and my energy into this. Seriously, because I sit back there and I get myself kind of psyched up by doing different things. I might, it might look like I'm back there texting, but I'm not. I'm actually texting Scott and going, I don't know if I'm going to be funny. I wonder if the place will be filled. Seriously, Kelsey, where are you? Kelsey, come here. Come here. I want you to meet Kelsey. Kelsey's my Asian bitch. Who am I, Kelsey?
My knee, Dad.
What do I say to you every time before I do a panel?
Is it full?
When I have a panel at the end of the day, what do I say?
Will they show up?
Yep. And I always ask you questions constantly at the table. How are we doing?
How are we doing?
Yep.
People show up.
So you can go now. What? I know they're there, but we got a little time. I know, but they started late, so I get to have more time with my people. So I do get nervous. I do get still anxious about stuff, but I know how to channel it. And the one thing you have to do, and I say this to a lot of people, and I know it's hard for people who have anxiety and issues like that, but one day you just gotta say to yourself, I am going to do it, and just try. And if you can, brilliant. If you can't, you at least can say you tried, right?
And Jack, can I have a hug?
Can you get down here?
Oh yeah, I got this.
All right, so get to it. She's like, I'm gonna wheel my ass down here. While you come down here, I'm gonna pass these out. Because somebody made, thank you ladies, wave, where are you? Two ladies right there, they made me cookies. And if I ate every cookie that was given to me, I'd be the size of a house. So please pass them around, okay? All right? Take those. And in fact, do me a favor. can you, one of you ladies, do one in each section if you can, and just pass them out. There you go. Hi. Very welcome. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Everybody on the way out, give her a hug. Yes. Jack Harkness and Malcolm Merlin walk into a bar. Malcolm Merlin would look at Jack Harkness. Jack Harkness would let Malcolm Merlin kick the crap out of him. And then Jack Harkness would pin Malcolm Merlin down and make out with him. Yes!
Hi, my name is Noe.
If those cookies have marijuana in them, it's not my problem. I was at my hotel last night. I walked into my room. I went down and I got a drink from the bar and I walked back up to the room and honest to God, I was gone for all of about 7 minutes. Walked back up to my room. I walked into the room. It was like someone had been in there with 16 joints. In one of the rooms, they were smoking marijuana. So this morning, this is what I think is hysterical, and I love it. If you want to smoke pot, that's everybody's right to do what they want to do, right? But I went to the hotel. It makes me feel sick, and I went into the hotel, and I walked in, and I went into the front desk this morning. I said, she said, "Hi, Mr. Barrowman, how is everything?" And I went, "Marijuana." She went, "There's a dispensary around the corner." I forgot where I was. No, my room smells of it. I said, I don't know if I was happy all night or just high. It was coming through the vents from the room next door, so party in my room tonight, everybody. Yes.
My name is Noe, and I heard you talk about the restaurant at the end of Chip Alley in Cardiff. My question is, what is one restaurant in London that you always have to visit before you leave?
We always visit our local restaurant, which no longer exists. It's been turned into a real estate agency. I know. But it was called Balance, B-A-L-A-N-S, and I think there's one in Miami. And the thing I would visit it because when I started doing Anything Goes in 1989, the first time around, Brady Balance is the guy's name, and he was a sandwich maker in a sandwich shop right next to the Prince Edward Theater, and I used to get my matinee sandwiches from Brady for a year at that cafe. And 5 years later, he saved up enough money and he bought the cafe. And 20 years later, he had 4 restaurants in London called Balance, 1 in Miami, and I used to frequent it all the time. He never gave me a free freaking meal. I paid for everything, which is fine, but it was great because he had his success at the same time I had mine, and that's the restaurant that I always try to visit when I'm in the UK, because there's one still in Soho. And the sandwich shop still exists. So we have time for 5 minutes? 5 minutes. I'm getting a 5-minute warning. Yes.
Hi, so my name is Nani, and I was recently watching when you kissed David Tennant. And I was wondering...
That was years ago, by the way. Herpes have cleared up. For him.
And I was wondering if you could kiss any other actor that was the Doctor.
I just told you who I would kill, marry, and bang. Kissing them? That's it? Oh, okay, I kissed Capaldi before I killed him. Anyway. This last one. Then I'd like to read you something, and we'll do. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Quick.
Hi, my name is Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
And I have had a lot of questions swarming through my mind, but the one that came to me recently was, which of your characters that you have played would you do the dirty with?
How old are you?
I'm 15. It helps. I write fan fiction.
Okay, you all heard that, right? I don't that's what you're referring to. But I might make out with them. Of course it would be Captain Jack. Now go write some fairy tale stories and stop writing fan fiction at 15. Wait till you're 18. At least you're writing. Yes, quickly.
Well, this is actually kind of perfect.
Oh my God, it's a sex story. I'll tell you.
No, it is not.
It's good.
But since we're about to finish this up, for a serious question, I'm kind of curious about whether or not Captain Jack will, if you think there's any chance of Captain Jack ever making a visit to the Doctor Who once more. Since it hasn't ended in the same way that River Song has ended, it's open to an opportunity. So
Captain Jack is immortal. I don't know, it's not up to me. However, we have, you know, he didn't make an appearance in the last series of The Doctor. And I know the fans, I see the fans, I hear the fans, I see you all. I know you would love to have him back. I've always said that if they asked me, I would love to do it because also I know that the producers of Arrow are huge Doctor Who fans. Why do you think Alex Kingston, myself, and Arthur are all involved in shows that they produce? So David said I could go and do it. It's up to the producers to invite me back to do it. I can't write to them, but however you can. And they're all on Twitter. But, you know, Chris Chibnall has now taken over, and I know Chris very well, and ironically, I had an email conversation with Chris about something else I wanted him to be a showrunner for, but he was in negotiations with Doctor Who, and he couldn't respond to me until he'd made the negotiations. But Chris, I know, is a Jack fan, but that's not saying it'll happen. So the answer is, like River, it's open. I don't know. Do I have time to read this? Yeah. Okay, so I can't take any more questions. Sorry guys, what was it anyway? Quick.
My question was, how does it feel to be so loved by so many people, especially people who have suffered through depression and anxiety, and that you mean so much to so many people?
I'm so glad you asked that, and that was perfect, because that was like in the stars that you were meant to ask that. I'm gonna read this.
Okay.
And I'll explain after it, okay? Are you alright though?
I'm just a little emotional because you meant so much to me since I was little. I watched you growing up, and you're such a big part of my life, and I'm so overwhelmed that I'm here right now asking you this question.
Thank you very much, and it makes me feel really old. Thank you.
Sorry.
I love you. All right, this should answer that. And before I go any further, I just want to say to all of you, from the bottom of my heart, and also from Scott's, thank you very much, because you've changed our lives. You've given me the life that I've always dreamed of as a kid, and I am truly, truly grateful. A young man, I'm not going to say his name, because I'm sure he's here, or if he's not, so be it. He handed me this note, and this is the kind of thing that I think, and I'm humbled, and I am overwhelmed when I hear the stories that you tell me, and some people, I know you guys, they don't listen, but I hear it. I may be signing an autograph, but I am hearing you, and know that. I listen to every word, and he handed me this, and I read these when I go home. I do. So when I say to you, I mean it. It says, John, I just wanted to write you a quick note to thank you. I was at the ECCC last year, and right before I was supposed to go, I had a major depressive episode, to the point where I almost decided not to, despite having spent money for tickets, hotel, etc. However, I had a photo with you and Alex Kingston. And where most celebrities just stand beside you, and you and she both hugged me. That moment meant a lot to me. I just wanted to thank you for that. You had no way of knowing what I was going through or what that little gesture meant. I just wanted you to know. And that is why I do this. That is why I give you hugs when you come in, because the best kind of medicine is a hug. So that makes